Okay, friends, so we're going to be counting by tens using our hundreds chart today. And I am going to start by counting at the number 10. Just like using the ones, we are going to notice a pattern as we go. But to show you that pattern, I need to count out 10 numbers each time until you can see the pattern develop. So here we go. I'm at 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's the 10th number, so I'm going to count 10 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do you see a pattern? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I bet you see the pattern, don't you? All of our numbers, when we're counting by tens here, increase by 1 10. We did not increase our ones at all. The entire time we have 0 ones, but we increase our tens, just like using tens blocks. So here I have 1 10, 2 10s, 3 10s, 4 10s, 5 10s, 6 10s, and so on. So when I'm counting by tens, all of my numbers are going to be in the same column. Let's try another one just so I can show you. Let's start at the number 5, and I'm going to count by tens from the number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so 15 is the next number after the number 5 when I'm counting by tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I bet you see that pattern, don't you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do you see it? All of my numbers have the number 5 in their ones place. And then they increase by 1 10. So I have 5, 15, 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, 85, 95, 105, 115, which is hard to see, sorry. So every time when I'm counting my tens, my numbers are going to remain in the same column. All I need to do is figure out what number I'm starting with and then go straight down that column to be able to count by tens. So we have some practice for you to do. I have some practice for you to do. And I want to show you how to do it. You're going to go to your Google slide. And you're not going to be in the present mode. We're going to do in the mode that we can actually change everything in like we did before. And here I'm at the number 10. And if I remember my pattern, I always increase by just 1 10, and my ones stay the same. So that means I would have 2 10s here and 0 ones, 3 10s and 0 ones, 4 10s and 0 ones, 5 10s and 0 ones, 6 10s and 0 ones, 7 10s and 0 ones, 8 10s and 0 ones, 9 10s and 0 ones, and then finally 10 10s and 0 ones. Let's look back at this and see if that makes sense. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Does make sense. Now, over here, again, I'm in the same column. And when I'm in that same column, my ones are going to remain the same. So obviously this is my twos column. So my ones are always going to be the number 2. And I'm going to increase my 10 by just 1 10. So I had 1 10. Now I'm going to have 2 10s and 2 1s. Here I have 3 10s and 2 1s. 4 10s and 2 1s. 5 10s and 2 1s. 6 10s and 2 1s. Check and make sure that your pattern makes sense the whole way through. I have 2 10s going across here, 3 10s going across here, and I always have 2 1s the whole way down. So when you're doing your practice, I want you to remember that we need to keep the pattern. But then I get kind of tricky. So here I'm going to show you a different one. And it is to help you practice counting by tens. First of all, I need to figure out what numbers are missing. Well, I have a 5, and then I have a missing number, and then the number 7. I know that the number 6 comes between the 5 and the 7 when I'm counting. Notice then, my next missing number is in the same column as that 6. It's directly below it. That means I need to have an extra 10, so I have 1 10. And of course, it's going to have 6 in the ones column because all of these numbers have a 6 in the ones column. But then, my next missing number is here. All of these numbers have 1 10 in the tens column. So that must mean this number has 1 10 in the tens column. And if I went from 16, I know I need to go to 17. All of these numbers have 7 in the ones column. So that must mean this number right here must have a 7 in the ones column. What does it have in the tens? It must have a 2 because these all have a 2 in the tens column. Notice that basically I counted by tens here. 6 to 16, I counted by 10. Then I have 17 to 27, and I counted by 10. There's a couple of these that I want you to practice, and when you see the pattern, you're going to be able to figure it out. But you have to be looking for that pattern to make it a lot easier for yourself. I'm going to do another one to show you the pattern again. So I have the number 36, a blank, and then the number 38. All of these numbers have 3 in the tens column, so I'm going to mark that. All of these numbers have 7 in the ones column. That must mean this number has a 7 in the ones column. Let me check and make sure that my number should be 37. I have 35, 36, 37. That makes sense. So now when I go down 1, that means I'm increasing it by 1 10. All of these numbers have 4 tens. That must mean this number has 4 tens. And again, all of these have 7 ones. So this number must have 7 ones. Let's check. 37, 47. I'm counting by tens. My next number then, I have 46, 47. What would come next? 48. All of these numbers have 4 tens. All of these numbers have 8 ones. Now I'm going to count by 10 from the number 48. When I do that, I know it's 58. And I'm going to check and I'm going to make sure that all of these numbers have 5 in the tens column. All of these numbers have 8 in the ones column. That's a way that we can practice actually doing addition already in first grade. Friends, there's a Google slide that I want you to practice on, making sure that you understand how to count by tens using your hundreds chart.